Alright, first off, I'm not going to lie. This is really going to suck what I'm about to do. But I'm a good sport, and I always give credit where credit is due. Congratulations, Green Bay Packers. You guys beat us. You're going to the Super Bowl. You have bragging rights on us for the next year. Pending a lockout, then it's even longer. And I'm not going to take that away from you. So you guys should go ahead and enjoy it. And any Packer fan who happens to see this video, go ahead and put a comment in the comments below. I can't really argue anything. You guys beat us. Now on to my topic in this video. And I'm just going to cut right to the chase. We all know what's being said about Jay Cutler and that he's been being criticized for his toughness and people are calling him a quitter, blah, 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 blah. Well, I got a message to all the people who are criticizing this man. You all are a bunch of fucking morons. I mean, wherever you guys read your stories at, whether it's Yahoo, Google, ESPN.com, whatever, do you not actually read the article itself? Okay, it was not Jay Cutler who took himself out of the game. The coaches and the medical staff did. They kept him out. Jay was wanting to go back in, but he had no choice. He had no say in the matter. So, why don't you morons get that through your fucking heads? Or do you just let morons like Maurice Jones-Drew and Deion Sanders do the thinking for you? Now, first off, as far as those guys are concerned, okay, Maurice Jones-Drew did play 14 weeks this season on an injured, I forget what it was. It was a leg injury, I know that. But, tell me, how did the Jaguars do in the playoffs? Oh yeah, that's right, they didn't go. And speaking of which, talk about Maurice Jones-Drew calling the kettle black. He sat out the last 2 games of the regular season when the Jaguars had a chance to make the playoffs. So, he should keep his fucking mouth shut. And Deion Sanders, alright, I'll give the guy credit. He was a great defensive player, great at covering, great at picking off passes and returns. But he sat out with fucking turf toe. So, he's not one to talk about players sitting out. So, anyway, enough said about that. But, what surprises me the most about all this is all you Bears fans out there, the ones who are criticizing Jay Cutler. You guys surprise the hell out of me because you all know the ass kicking that he has gotten this year. Okay, this is a guy who has been sacked 53 times. 53 fucking times he has been sacked. Suffered a concussion on top of that, missed 1 game, and still comes back to lead us to an 11-5 record and to the NFC Championship. And you guys have the nerve to question him because he gets pulled from a game which was against his own will, out of his hands, and all of a sudden that makes him a quitter. Unfucking believable the way you people think. You know, and in all the times that he's been sacked, the 53 times that he's been sacked, not 1 time has he ever gotten up and threw any of his offensive linemen under the bus. He's kept his mouth shut, and he's went about his business. And on top of that, in the past 2 years, the 2 years that he's been with us in Chicago, he's been sacked 90 freaking times. He's been the most sacked quarterback in all of football for the past 2 years. So to question his toughness is just fucking absurd and retarded. Okay? And now also, some of you Bears fans that are criticizing Cutler and calling him a quitter, some of you actually want him out of Chicago. You want us to trade him or something like that. Just you want him out. That there is fucking absurd in itself. You want to get rid of the best quarterback that we've ever had. Tell me something. And yes, I know, he threw for 26 picks last year. But you know what, on top of that, he had still had more touchdowns. But I want you all to tell me this. Tell me how many Bears quarterbacks have passed for 3,000 plus yards and 20 plus touchdowns in back-to-back seasons. You know what, I'll save you the trouble. 0. 0. None. And once again, you guys want to get rid of the best quarterback we've ever had. Just unfucking believable. Because of 1 game. Because of... I'm at a loss for words. This is just unreal. Unfucking believable on your guys' part. And also, on a little side note, before anyone decides to bring up Phillip Rivers playing on the ACL injury in the AFC Championship game a couple years ago, first off, he did not go back in the game right away as soon as the injury happened. And fine. I'll give him credit. It was gutsy of him to play the next week on an ACL injury. Good for him. But tell me, what exactly happened in that game? Oh yeah, that's right. He sunk up the joint. He barely completed 50% of his passes, threw 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, and in general, his whole team didn't score any touchdowns. And most importantly, they fucking lost. But no, Jay Cutler. Let's point the finger at him for everything that goes wrong in Chicago. That's right. He has to block for himself, and he has to do everything by himself. So instead of pointing the finger at Jay Cutler, how about you guys point the finger at people like Jerry Angelo and the rest of the front office for not getting him a proper offensive line to block for him? As I said earlier, 90 times in the past 2 seasons, he's been sacked. So, do I even need to go on any further? I mean, despite everything that's going on, all the beatings that he's taken, he's still been able to have some great success, throwing for 3,000 plus yards in back-to-back seasons, 20 plus touchdowns, all with a shitty offensive line and an at-best average receiving core. So, once again, to all the people who are criticizing Jay Cutler and questioning his toughness, you are fucking stupid. And really, that's all I have to say. Except other than that, I'm not kissing Jay Cutler's ass or nothing like that. I'm not saying he's the best quarterback to ever play the game, but he's definitely the best quarterback we've ever had in Chicago, and I'm glad to have him on our team. This guy is tough. And for any of you to even question that is fucking retarded. And all you people doing it are fucking stupid. Need I say more?